I'd like to introduce our next project, and this is trip to Germany.
You're right if you'd like to know the prices. I will try to help you in my best right in this video. Toronto, Canada and Frankfurt am Main, Germany are divided by the Atlantic Ocean, which seems unfair to me. Anyway, in 8 hours of flight, we have nicely arrived there. We've got a rental car for the price of $150 Canadian per day. This includes premium damage waiver, which we like to have. Now, we are ready to visit the city of Cologne. You have never visited Germany if you haven't tried Autobahn. The Autobahn is a highway which generously provides the shortest trip between any 2 points. No speed limit in many sections, toll-free within Germany. Cologne is Germany's 4th largest city, with a compact, lively center. The region Rhine was the northern boundary of the Roman Empire 1700 years ago. Constantine I, Christian emperor, made what was called Colonia, the seat of bishopric. With 40,000 people within its wall, Cologne was the largest city and the important cultural and religious center throughout the Middle Ages. Cologne's core was bombed out, then rebuilt in most modern style with sprinkling of Kuwait. On a first visit to Cologne Cathedral began in 1248, one of the astonished to learn that it took 632 years to complete it. At first glance, the architecture seems to be completely uniform. This was made possible only because no generation of builders departed from the original master plan. Everyone who began and continued this building project over centuries was aware that they would never see completion. This fact alone shows that they did not build only for themselves, but, inspired by faith, for future generations and for the honor of God. Ironically, the construction was still on at the time of our visit. I strongly believe that this is not the same one which has started centuries ago. When during the Second World War Cologne is reduced to rubble, the cathedral is also severely damaged by numerous bombs. Entire base of the wall collapsed and various windows are blasted out. Due to building's construction, the cathedral almost completely withstands the shock waves and the vibrations. Ever since the end of the Second World War, the approximately 100 staff members of the cathedral's workshop have taken care of further constructions and, above all, preservation of monumental edifice. This is what we have noticed being in Germany. The places we have visited are clean and neat. This is what makes this country so attractive for tourists. Moreover, Germany is a great country for shopping. I especially like the shoes quality and its prices. The shoe shopping would be my bonus if you watch this video until it ends. Friendly reminder is to subscribe to the channel and like this video, as it helps us to create new videos for you. This hotel costed us $135 Canadian per night, included breakfast and parking in the room price. We have visited Hanover many times before, but Alien Grid City Park is a place to visit. With an area of around 650 hectares, the Alien Grid is one of the largest urban forests in Europe. The earlier productive forest with its network of paths extending approximately 80 kilometers became a beloved recreation area in the 19th century. Being a forest adventure park, the new Wild Station Alien Grid invites both grown-ups and the little ones to experience nature. If you decided to visit Hanover, this is a short list of the tourist places to see. Landsmuseum Hanover, this is the biggest and most visited state museum in Lower Saxony, includes European art from the 15th to the 20th century, as well as collection of ethnology, archaeology and natural history. Arnhem Sea, picturesque art with the abundance of trees and lake in nature, guarantees relaxation and interesting leisure activities alike. New House, Das Restaurant, Leibniz University of Hanover, and many more. I was always wondering where the middle class of Germany lived. This how the apartment look. It looks very cozy to me. Guten Morgen. If you'd like to see both the diversity of outlook and jumble of architectural styles, Hamburg is a fascinating place to visit. With this speed, we are hoping to reach out our destination fast. But along the way, our speed suddenly became dropping to almost a zero. We stuck in a traffic. When it happens, be flexible. Be prepared to take a nap. Even if you have well-planned itinerary, have plan B. Expect changes, have a full tank of gas and enough drinkable water in the car. You might see high or low temperature at the thermometer. Anyway, we made a detour and enjoyed the views of the local community and enriched our experience. Hamburg is Germany's second largest city, the richest judged by per capita income and its most important port, even though it is about 60 miles from the North Sea. The name of Hamburg is very loosely derived from castle on wet ground. For many years, Hamburg was a leading member of the Hanseatic League and an independent trading town. In 1945, it became a city-state of the Federal Republic. Right now, we are at the sites in the city center, starting at the City Hall, Rathaus. Grand hallway, Hygiene fountain, Hamburg is popular with German tourists who come here to eat fish, watch soccer games, marvel at its mighty port and experience the fabled nighttime move Reeperbahn. On weekends, year-round and just about any time the weather is nice, the city comes to life. Foreign visitors are in the minority and American tourists are rare. Well, that actually means to me that to meet Canadians is almost impossible, but surprise, we are here, we exist. There are posh shops around lakefront. Hamburg's delightful lakes started as one big lake that formed when townfolk built a mill that damped the Alter River. Do you know the secret how to feel better? It is to return to the car and make sure you are on time. After a nice walk, we should decide how to spend our afternoon. The decision was to visit a Hamburg sport. Visitors are attracted by Hamburg's enormous port situated right in the center of city. The big port city is a vast history and museums from immigration to Second World War to the Beatles. The harbor tour is fun. Its harbor boardwalk is inviting. Its architecture is avant-garde. Lubeck is located on northeast direction from Hamburg, and the city is certainly worth a quick stop, even though it is a rainy weather. And now let me ask you a question. We have noticed a strange equipment at the right-hand side of the road. We were confused about its usage. If you know it, please let us know in the comments. It took us less than about an hour to get here from Hamburg. If you're looking for a cute as a medieval old town, you should consider Lubeck for an outing. Holsten Gate is the most significant town gate of the late Middle Ages in Germany and trademark of the city. Constructed between 1464 and 1478 by the council architect Henrik Helmstedt, following the example of the Frederick Bridge gates. Town Hall. It's called a War Office building. Built from 1440-42 by the council's architect Nicholas Peck. Installation of the so-called New Chamber, later known as War Office, in 1594. Magnificent staircase, possibly by Robert Coupens. Lubeck is a small university town that got rich off salt mines, 30 minutes to the south. Lubeck was home for three Nobel laureates, Thomas Mann, Günter Grass, and Willy Brandt. Former middle gate in a complex of four town gates, reconstructed between 1863 and 1871 and between 1933 and 1934. three federal states, Lower Saxony and the independent city-states of Hamburg and Bremen, cover the enormous terrain, embracing the whole northwestern Germany. We have included this territory in our trip. At this time, when we go to Bremen, we were excited to walk across the city from Marktplatz to Schnur neighborhood. The city like Bremen can have a profound effect on you. It's like the moment I first saw the Cologne Cathedral, St. Petri Dome. This magnificent Romanesque cathedral, with its vast twin-towered facade, dates from the 11th century and has been extensively refurbished. The first church was consecrated in 789 by Bishop Wildhead. After a fire in 1041, the foundation for the present construction were laid under the archbishops Basilin and Adalbert. Altes Rathaus is a 42 meters long and 16 meters wide two-story whole building. Is made up of bricks with alternating clear and black glazing. The facade is facing the market. 8 monumental sculptures represent the emperor left and the prince electors. Marktplatz, on the main square of medieval Bremen, stand town hall and the cathedral. The statue of Roland, dating from 1404, as a symbol of the town's independence from the local nobility. The second, more recent, 1953 monument in the square is dedicated to the Bremen town musicians, a donkey, dog, cat, and cockerel, who, according to the fairy tale, trekked to Bremen. The souvenirs with these funny guys are everywhere. Bremen has a different atmosphere, urban and urbane, tolerant and multicultural, based on centuries of trade with the world. Bocherstrasse is a street in the historic center of Bremen, Germany. Only about 100 meters. It is famous for its unusual architecture. Schnur is a historical neighborhood in the medieval center of Bremen. The small houses date back to 15th to 18th centuries. And the only part of that has preserved a medieval character. One of the Bremen's poorest areas before World War II, it was variously the fisherman's quarter and later a red light district. If you are anxious and looking for a relaxation, then the next destination is definitely worth place to consider for a visit. Bad Salzuflen. With its pretty old town and spa, the ideal place to visit for a little relaxation. There are outdoor cafes everywhere with people sitting outside, enjoying the sun and busy talking and eating. This is the price what we paid for the dinner of 3. Please note the dessert was not included there. There are many quiet places for relaxation, nice walk, or the activity as a bike riding. This place is recommended as the best beer bar in the distance of 5 meters. Here you can bring one 50-year-old lady to exchange on 2 of 25 years old. The free of charge beer was always yesterday. The very last customer may take all stuff with him. In fact, this place is attractive for older adults, and this is very noticeable. We came here to strengthen our health. This is a salt wall. Well, one of many. Just simply walking along the wall brings you a marvelous effect on entire physique. The benefits are invigorates, cools and relaxes the body, stimulates the heart and blood circulation, strengthens the immune system. Last but not least, we are heading to shoe store. Would you buy anything? I found here what I was looking for. It's time for us to return back home. Thank you for watching. We will see you again.